Oklahoma City public high schools erupted into violence in the mid-1970s when the 1972 Finger Plan was implemented. This plan involved busing black students to historically white schools and vice versa to achieve racial integration. For example, a percentage of white students from U.S. Grant in southwest Oklahoma City were sent across town to Douglas, on the city's east side, and vice versa with black students. The policy was met with significant backlash, contributing to incidents of violence, riots, hate crimes, property damage, and eventually murder. The seeds of hostility were planted at U.S. Grant High School in 1975. As soon as black students would exit the buses in the mornings, the racial slurs would begin. A well-known coach at Grant, who disagreed with busing, had his own hit squad of athletes that would bully or assault students. It was mob rules, and the violence went both ways. Large crowds of black students would attack one or two white students if they caught them alone. A 1975 Grant graduate stated, "Even the KKK was recruiting in the parking lot on the north side of the old gym. It was ridiculous." On some days there were more police officers at the school than teachers. Fights broke out on a daily basis. Things were getting out of hand. A majority of faculty and parents were complacent or egged on the bigotry. On September 20th, 1975, everything came to a head. One black student who had been bussed in, James Briggs, entered the school with a small crowd amongst him. A witness who was just inside the door as he entered stated of Briggs, "He walked right by me, staring me up and down and drumming up a ruckus. He was looking for a fight." The student body was volatile on this day. The tension was thick. It was a powder keg, ready to blow. Then a spark ignited things and chaos ensued. A riot broke out inside the school. Students fought, destroyed property, broke windows, and spray-painted walls as teachers and police officers attempted to break things up. The mob spread outside as more damage was done to the building and police officers subdued students. Then it spiraled out of control as gunfire broke out. 16-year-old sophomore Randy Truitt was shot by James Briggs. Bystanders claimed Truitt was protecting a friend. 2 additional students were also shot. Randy Truitt died just days later. James Briggs, the gunman, was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. This incident was a national news story in a time when busing was a hot-button issue. James Briggs claimed self-defense, but prosecutors wanted to know why would he bring his mother's pistol to school. In his first trial, the jury deadlocked, but in his second trial, Briggs was convicted of manslaughter. He was sentenced to 3 years in an out-of-state juvenile facility. The courtroom was emptied out during his sentencing due to death threats, except for the judge, lawyers, Briggs' parents, and the Truitt family. Briggs approached the Truitts after the hearing and apologized. They forgave him and offered advice to stay out of trouble. The parents of Randy Truitt became well-known advocates for making improvements within busing policies. Oklahoma City ended its busing policy in 1984.